Hi. Today I wanted to give you a quick update about my weight loss journey with starting with semaglutide. I started back on February 20th with my diet, and I was 235.1 pounds. And today I got on the scale, and believe it or not, I had to get on the scale twice just to assure myself that I was reading it right. It was 213 pounds. So then today's May 15th. So in a period of 12 weeks, I have lost 22.1 pounds. And equating that to downward pressure on your joints and everything, I think I mentioned it once before. Uh, that for every pound that you lose in body weight, you take four pounds off the downward pressure on your joints. So that means less downward pressure on my knees, my back, my hip, even my feet. I feel lighter. I feel fantastic. So I'm very pleased to tell you it works. I've gotten past the stage where I guess it was in the second or third week, maybe actually it was the fourth week that I went through a weight loss plateau and I could not lose an ounce. And it stayed that way for quite a while. But I persevered. I kept plugging away at it. And eventually I got through that weight loss plateau. Now, what I want to do is tell you that there's certain things you've got to do. And I keep repeating this. You've got to do some kind of exercise. And at my age and my instability as far as my being able to walk properly or even stand in one place without teetering over, my exercise capabilities are limited. However, I did start using those rubber bands, and I use them in a seating position in a straight back chair. And I also bought a couple of weeks ago one of those steppers that go under the desk. Well, it's not going to fit under the desk for me to do it properly. So I've got it set up by the straight back chair, and I've been doing that on an every other night basis. It doesn't burn a lot of calories. However, it gives me movement, and that's really what I needed to do is movement. So I feel better altogether. I mean, that's the most important thing. And I still got to go through and look for my less loose clothes that I have stashed away because in losing 22 pounds, there's a lot of excess clothing that's hanging around me right now. So that's my next step is to go home today and start digging out the skinnier type jeans. Now they're not going to be totally skinny jeans. I've never been totally skinny, but it's exciting for me. And at my age, uh, anything I could do to increase my health is a benefit to me. I don't get as winded. I still use the rollator to get around, but I don't hunch over as much. I'm able to walk straighter. I'm able to get a little faster in it. Now, I could probably start walking with the cane again. I just don't want to risk it, and that's why I'm continuing to use the rollator. uh, Less downward pressure on my spine. Maybe it's going to give some release to my spine and my neuropathy because of it. Now, this is just a supposition on my part. Maybe the neuropathy will get a little bit better and I'll have better sensation in my feet. So my brain will say, hey, I know what your feet are doing. So, you don't have to topple over or anything like that that's going to be possibly dangerous and injurious to my health. Now, I mentioned before, in addition to exercising, you've got to eat properly. I force myself to eat. Now, I put a cap on my calorie count to 1,900 calories a day. It was 2,100 calories, but I wasn't even close to it. I'm at 1,900 calories a day. And sometimes I struggle to get to 1,900 calories a day. And what I've been doing is definitely keep track of calorie count, and I use an app called Lose It, and it keeps track of the protein count, and that's basically what I'm trying to do because when you're losing weight, the body instead of will go after muscle mass first if there's not enough protein involved. I don't know all the scientific information about it, and I really don't care. All I know is you got to eat more protein. So I've been eating a lot more protein, probably anywhere between 100 and 110 grams a day. And I start out in the morning eating a decent breakfast. I don't eat bread anymore or rolls or things like that. Every once in a while, I'll have an English muffin and I'll be eating egg whites or I'll even eat eggs now, regular eggs, because it's not that much different as far as the calorie count. And the protein's about the same, but I want to continue getting that protein in me daily. So I've been eating more chicken, more fish, more lean beef, the other white meat like pork and things like that. I don't eat bacon. I don't eat sausage because I don't need those fried foods and I don't need all the salts and stuff that's associated with it. Now, what I've also started doing is I think last week I mentioned that I had a can of Nuri, Nurri. It's a protein milkshake. I get it at Costco, and it comes in chocolate and it comes in vanilla. And is 30 grams of protein in each one of those drinks. That's fantastic. And it's only 150 calories. So that satisfies me during the day. Or I'll eat a protein bar. Now, there's so many protein bars out there that you can go crazy trying to figure out which one is which. And I'm not going to recommend any that you should use. I'm just going to tell you do your own homework. Get online, get on Google, and say, which are the healthiest protein bars? Does protein bars cause bloating and gas or constipation or diarrhea? Yeah, some of them do. It's because of some of the ingredients in the protein bars. What I've done is I've narrowed it down to two protein bars that I think will work well for me. And one of them is right here. It's called RX bar. This happens to be the vanilla almond one, and it's only four ingredients in it. It's got egg whites, almonds, cashews, and dates. And it also says it's naturally flavored with other natural flavors. Now, I got on their website this morning and I did some researching, and the natural ingredients are natural. They're made from food or plant derivatives and things like that. There's no made up chemicals that go into this product. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to avoid any bars that have any palm oil or kernel oil. That's corn oil. It's often included in bars coated with chocolate or sugar. If sugar, sucralose, or high fructose corn syrup is the main ingredient, don't buy it. Also avoid alcohol sugars like xylitol, sorbitol, maltitol. They cause bloating and gas and could have a laxative effect. Now, also, what you want to do is look for a protein bar that has natural ingredients in it, natural uh, vegetable ingredients in it. You got to get fiber in it because fiber will help with avoiding constipation. While fibers is generally beneficial for digestion, some protein bars contain high amounts of certain fiber types like inulin, INULIN, and chicory root, which can lead to gas and bloating. Protein bars can cause constipation due to a combination of factors, including a lack of fiber, which I mentioned, the type of protein used, and other ingredients, as I mentioned, like artificial sweeteners or sugar amounts. Protein bars can cause constipation due to a combination of factors, including a lack of proper fiber, the type of protein used, and other ingredients, like I mentioned, including artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols. Now, lack of fiber. Protein bars often lack the fiber found in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, which is crucial for maintaining healthy bowel movements. High protein diets, especially lacking fiber, can lead to constipation as the waste becomes harder to pass. Now, types of protein. Some I'm going to read this. Some protein sources, like animal proteins, are naturally low in fiber. Substituting fiber rich foods with protein bars can disrupt the balance of fiber in your diet. Certain types of protein, like casein, CASEIN, can also cause digestive discomfort in some individuals. Other ingredients, and I mentioned some of these before, that could contribute to constipation: the artificial sweeteners. Always look at the amount of sugars and the amount of alcohol sugars. Alcohol sugars is something that you don't want to add to it. Again, I mentioned sorbitol, and other sweeteners are often used in protein bars and can cause digestive issues, including bloating and constipation. And they can also cause diarrhea. Some protein bars contain soluble corn fiber, which may cause gastrointestinal effects like constipation. If you were to look at the label ingredients, maybe for instance, an Atkins bar, uh, I think the second or third ingredients, which is, and they usually put ingredients in order as far as the amount of ingredients, the most being at the top of the list and going down the line. I think I saw soluble corn fiber listed third in the ingredients list, and that may cause gastrointestinal problems like constipation. Now, inulin, I mentioned that again before. This type of fiber can cause constipation in some individuals. Individual sensitivity. Not everybody handles fiber, or their body handles it in the same way. So you really got to do your research, and you got to find out. You got to get good protein in it, and it's only a quick situation. So if you're out and about, you don't have a chance to eat a piece of chicken or something like that, and you have a fiber bar in your pocket or in your pocketbook, it's convenient. It's convenient to do, and let's face it, everybody wants convenience nowadays. However, you got to see how your own body reacts to it. Now, that's basically all I have to say today. I'm very pleased with my weight loss journey so far. I think I may have to scale it down a little bit, because a little over 5 pounds in 1 week is not good. Now, that could be an anomaly. It could be, I lost water weight because I'm still on water pills, and it, I'm going to have to see it on a basically a monthly basis, but I'm still going to report my weight loss journey on a weekly basis. And I personally get on the scale every morning because I want to hold myself accountable. If I get on the scale and I gained a pound and a half, I'm going to say to myself, what did I do since yesterday's weigh in that caused me to gain a pound and a half? And we're going to look back and say, did I eat enough protein? Am I filling up with fluids again? Am I doing this wrong? Didn't I exercise? And so forth and so on. But that's my way of holding myself accountable. And I'm going to continue to do that. I think it's important. And if you're going to do it, if you're going to get on a weight loss journey, hold yourself accountable. Don't rely on weekly or monthly weigh-ins, because you may be disappointed. What you need to do is, if there's a problem, nip it in the bud. And I find my daily weigh-ins is beneficial to me. Plus, when it's positive, it gives me a great feeling of euphoria for the day. I'm up, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go. I want to do more. Now, again, I'm on the I guess there's 5, maybe 6 tiers. I forgot what it was of the semaglutide. I'm on the third tier, which is good enough for me. Each 7 days, you give yourself an injection. So I had my injection last night. And I noticed yesterday I had a little bit of cravings in it. So maybe the semaglutide from the previous week was starting to diminish in my body. However, I didn't succumb to sitting around stuffing my face with cookies and candy and things that I shouldn't eat. Uh, and then this morning when I got up, I had that feeling of, hey, I'm not even hungry right now. But again, I know I have to eat. I know I have to consume those calories. I know I have to get that protein into my system. Last night, was my injection. This morning, naturally, I woke up with a dry mouth. So that's one of the side effects that has continually plagued me since I started my semaglutide journey. And I guess that's how my body reacts to it. However, I did not feel nauseous this morning. I did not have any other side effects this morning, headaches or anything. I just wanted to get up and go. And I did force myself to eat something. And I had a protein infused breakfast of a couple of scrambled eggs and a piece of chicken. And I got up to, I don't know, 41 grams of protein right away in the morning, which is great because the body is reacting to the protein, and instead of going after the muscle mass, it's it's compensating by going after the protein. So that's how I want to leave this video for today. And thank you for following my journey. I do appreciate it. I look forward to your comments. I think some of your comments have been great. I appreciate it very much for you taking the time to put comments in. And if you're a subscriber to my channel, thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. If you just happen to, stumble on me today, I appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. If you like what you're hearing, hit the notification bell down below so you're notified whenever I put up a new video. Now, I try to put up 2 videos a week. One is a general how to help people over 40 start YouTube, and the other one is about my semaglutide weight loss journey. And again, on both of my video types, please leave comments. This is how I'm going to learn. So, again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. You have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.